do his thing. Can Dave keep enough or put just a little bit of distance, you know, between them? Don't make it too big of a gap. Can he hang with rcdrone enough to where if rcdrone makes one mistake, Dave can capitalize? That's going to be the name of the game here.
This is going to be an exciting match. rcdrone, the newest person to PB that is in the sub 30 group, recently bopped me and is tied with Darkwing Duck for 4th in the world with a 29.01. PanzerDave, no slouch, has a sub 33 time, I believe, and has shown his chops in race strats. Let's see what route Dave decides to route, as we're pretty sure we'll see rcdrone go 3 first.
Yeah, we've seen Dave do everything from a 2 first to a traditional dungeon order route. It's going to be kind of crazy to see what he does here tonight.
And both runners going 3 first, as expected. I kind of expected that. Considering his opponent, you kind of had to.
Yeah, you can't lose any time to drone on the route. So Dave had to go for it here, and I like the play early.
All right, so they're both in level 3. What are we looking for in 3 first level 3 here?
Yeah, so 3 first, you're immediately getting hit with a couple of things here. You're seeing Dark Nuts for the first time right away with Wood Sword, which they're going to take 4 hits to take down, which is a little step up in difficulty. If you go 2 first, you get a little bit easier enemy set, so you've got harder enemies. Then also you've got the hardest, most trolly boss in the entire game of Manhandle you have to take down at the end of this level, so it's not really easy going to 3 first.
Well, rcdrone opts to go top route, the newest route change in world record route level 3, and Dave decides to go classic world record route and gets the bomb, so early advantage to PanzerDave.
Yeah, Dave's actually half a screen ahead right now. He actually had a pretty good start there, got that early bomb. I do like the early top route from rcdrone. You do get that fiber right away, which helps out with the routing of your money in the middle level. He's got to watch out. He's only on 1 heart right now and down to 1 bomb. So Dave now on resource-wise, as far as bombs, has an advantage over Drone. Drone's only down to 1 right now.
It was a little close with Drone. Luckily, he was able to avoid that last... Ooh, a double bomb for Dave. Nice. But yeah,
Drone's got money, but Dave's got the bombs right now.
So, luckily for Drone, because he went top route, the backup strat here is he can clear the 3 Dark Nuts before Manhandle and pick up that floor bomb, or he can opt to force a bomb. We'll see what he chooses to do. He's going to clear his count off the bubble, and let's see what he does here.
Yeah, we saw him against Unos go ahead and use both routes. He used the top route when he didn't get enough bombs from the bottom route. So I bet he goes down to the bottom and clears these 3, because that's just how he approached the Unos match as well.
Yeah, if you would ask me, ending week 2, which runner I felt the most sorry for as far as scheduling, I would have said Drone, because he had to face Unos. Of course, there's a very marquee matchup still to come in week 1, as PanzerDave has a very nice kill on Manhandle.
Dave had a really good 3 for himself. He's going to get out of here in about 233, 234, which for race time is really good because you're using very safe strats in 3. You don't want to die. Drone's got to look out here.
Oh, Drone barely holds on. He's down to 1 bomb, but he's out of 3. That was a little close for comfort.
And Drone in chat says, top route is dead to me as he's running. So I love it, Drone. Thank you, sir.
Well played. So luckily, Drone did survive. He's out. He's got a A-bomb left, so it's going to take a very skillful force here. Otherwise, he's going to be in deep trouble, but he should be able to at least reach the ladder.
Yeah, absolutely. Drone's he's no stranger to being able to wiggle himself out of situations like this. He knows the game just as good as anybody else. He's going to be able to maneuver this count, take a bopper. He's going to know where he is walking in here anyway, so he'll get the bomb, and I think you'll see him complete level 4 all the way through.
Real quick, as we watch our runners make their way through level 4, building their count as we go, I want to finish a thought I had earlier. So, Unos was RC's opponent in week 2 and had an epic match that either one of those guys could have won. Well, Unos is rewarded with who this week, Redbird?
Yeah, he's got Lack, so we got a marquee matchup in week 3 there of Unos and Lack. Something you'd think you would see in like a semifinals or finals, and we are blessed with being able to see it in week 3. Drone does a beautiful job taking that bop right there off the keys and then working his count to 10 all the way through that key room. So well done by Drone to fill his bombs back up.
Drone does retake the lead here. However, Dave still has 8 bombs, so Drone's going to have to force one here.
Yeah, Dave's having a really good run. I mean, very solid run. He's back up to 8 bombs again, got through the NSU room, 3.5 hearts. He's doing really well here.
Oh, this sync! It's beautiful!
And actually, Dave got the better pattern of the two, too. So Drone's going to have to chase these guys around, then end up, knocking out that Zal at the very bottom. So he's going to take a little time there. Dave had a better pattern. Unfortunately, couldn't make anything of it. And they're probably going to get this ladder right within seconds of each other. So 438, 439 ladder grab right there between Dave and Drone. So for race strats, they're okay. Good ladder grabs we're used to seeing right around the 4-minute mark when you're going for world record attempts, 10 seconds south, maybe 350, 355. So race strats of 430 is a little tardy of what Drone wants to be probably, but they're right up there. They're doing okay.
Well, the biggest thing I see right now, the counts are very similar, but the biggest difference is Dave's health. Drone has a very comfortable health buffer right now, and Dave, on the other hand, either needs to hope for a lucky heart off these Vires, or he's going to have one heck of a Gleeok fight here in a second. Why is that?
Because Gleeok's going to take... and Dave's actually going to force off the Vires there. I don't know if we saw the Keese there. Drops a bomb to kill all 3 of those, and that's going to ensure him to get a bomb here. Sometimes you do that when you're just a little too close to 10, but you're talking about Gleeok. Gleeok is very tough. When you get a wood sword, it takes 16 hits to take him down.
Oh,
10 for the first head and 6 for the other. So yeah, that fairy was beautiful for Dave.
Unfortunately, it did cost Dave.
Drone's got to be very careful here on 1 heart. Man, that head is playing perfect defense on Drone right now. Will not let him get in to attack the body. Drone, with the patience of a champion, finally takes out Gleeok on his 1 heart. Full clinch strats right there. Well done by Drone. And Dave on the other side, he was going in there a little bit in worse for wear heading into the Gleeok fight. Actually came out of it a little quicker. So Dave has the lead right now. He is sitting on 1 bomb, so he's got to force somewhere here in 1. Otherwise, he might have to route himself to 2 before 5. We'll see what happens if he can't force that bomb. But Dave actually has a little bit of lead on time and a little bit of lead on resources outside of bombs.
Yeah, what a race so far. Goes for the force and gets it. It does cost him. We got sync again, man.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. But Dave's doing exactly what you need to do, right? He's just playing a solid enough race to say, you know what, if Drone makes a mistake here, I'm going to be fine. He's not pushing himself too hard. Dave's running a really smart race right now, and I like to see this. This sync is ridiculous.
And yeah, one more time, because this race has been so exciting, I can't finish a darn thought. I imagine we're going to see many rematches with some of these runners, the Lack and Unos, the RC Drone and Unos. And your match this week, Redbird, is going to be quite the doozy.
Yeah, I'll give him a go. I mean, I'm going up against FAP, so that's going to be, we'll see what happens, but I'll give it my best shot, we'll say that.
Look at these guys, screen for screen.
But dude, you keep asking me questions. I want to get some popcorn and watch this, okay? You take over here. This is insane.
This is crazy. Screen for screen. These guys are trading the lead back and forth, and Dave is going to be the first one to the bow. The biggest difference here, Drone has the rupee advantage, but Dave has the bomb advantage.
Yeah, Drone forced a 5 somewhere in 1. I wasn't able to see where Dave was working on bombs, which, they're both going to need both things if they're not going to go double hundo. I think Dave's going to try to avoid double hundo if he can. Drone's definitely not going in that way now.
Screen for screen, headed towards Aqua Menace. Drone has a little bit of problems with the little gels, so Dave temporarily takes the lead right back.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see who finishes 1 first. Place any bets. It's like the roulette wheel, red or black, right?
Dave's going to take a moment here, try to get some rupees off these wall masters. It's going to cost him the lead. Is it going to get him any rupees for his troubles? It does. So that actually pays off very nicely for Dave.
That was very smart, I think, because he's going to be able to get the other 2 either on the Tektites or if he wants to use the first place in the desert, the first screen of the desert to get those rupees. He should not have to go double hundo, which would be wasting a couple seconds against somebody like Drone, which you can't waste any time.
So Drone, first one out of level 1, but the caveat here, he only has 2 bombs. He's got to force a bomb before level 5.
Yeah, he has to force a bomb, and he needs the rupees, right? So he's going to have to farm in this first screen right here.
Well, he got rupees now. I don't know if that was a 10 count rupee drop or if he's got a count built. Hopefully he does have a count built as Dave enters the desert, and he'll be trying for some rupees as well and gets them.
Yep, so they're both sitting on the 30 rupees they need, so neither one has to go double hundo, which is nice here. Drone does get the that was the 10 count right there for his bomb. He was able to get fiber off that lever there on the global, so that was why he was working both ways.
Can I just give a shout out to the JSR rock? Can I get a shout out to the JSR rock? That's like the only strat I have that's named after me.
And what a strat it is, man. You're saving, you know, a quarter of a second for all of us here, and you are the true hero, man.
It's not just the quarter second. That's actually not the reason I do that. It's nice that it saves time, but I would actually do that if it lost time for the exact reason that rcdrone just did it. He was able to set up a bomb force. The Bluey parks himself right in front of that cave. You get a 2-for-1 special. Yeah,
I'm just playing with you. I was just messing with the time thing. But absolutely, that's the intended strat on that. And heads up by you to call that out and to use it going forward.
So Drone gets out of Candle Cave. Dave heads in. About a 15-second lead for Drone as we enter level 5.
All right, level 5 is the next little checkpoint here. We've got 2 rooms here, which we got the room of requirement everybody knows, but hidden, you know, inside level 5 that a lot of people don't respect is Fort Gibdo. Fort Gibdo, aptly named by Lack, because these little Gibdos right here sometimes will absolutely crush your run.
All right. Drone gets a candy bomb as well as the one that the Gibdos were carrying, so he's at 8 bombs. I don't think that was a forced bomb, so I believe Drone still has his count built.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm not sure exactly what his count is, so I can't speak knowledgeably on that, but I think you're exactly right there.
Even if I'm not, 8 bombs should be plenty. Now, Dave, on the other hand, just got the bombs from the Gibdos. He's only got 5, so for his sake, you hope he's got a good count. Drone into the room of requirement, gets a couple nice bombs. Whiffs on a couple, but he's still in good shape here.
Yeah, he was able to force that bomb with 3 left now, so he's got 6 with 3 left. He has had a couple bombs go a little haywire, but a decent room here for a race. I like that.
Yeah, very nice. Very efficient. Now it's Dave's turn. Gets a couple good bombs. Oh, he misses on one. Hopefully he has that count built. He does!
Oh, perfect bomb at the very end. He's got to switch back, but he will take switching back over having no bombs for the rest of 5 any day.
Very clutch force by Dave. That's a very difficult force to make because of the simple fact that you don't know, you usually forget which Dark Nuts you've already damaged. It's hard to remember. So it's very... Go ahead.
No, I was going to say exactly what you're saying. You definitely have to track that last one, the one you've got 4 points of damage already on, because if you use your last bomb to do half damage on one of them and you come out of there with nothing, you're in trouble.
Drone showing his experience and his skill a little bit more. Gets a nice bomb off that Gibdo. And his execution's starting to pull him away just a tad. He's built up about a 25-second lead or so.
Yeah, 5's one of those levels that you see the difference between the elite runners and the people that are really, really good at the game like Dave is. The drones of the world, the JSRs, the Lacks, the Unos, you know, the people that really play this game at an elite level will sit there and they'll gain 10, 15, 20 seconds on your level 5 through execution. Level 2, level 1, you know, you can trade off back and forth, but once you start to actually knuckle down and see the execution, you're right. You're starting to pull away here.
One little side story to Dave's end of his back half of 5. He's down to 2.5 hearts. He cannot afford any damage or he'll be in trouble in this fight that you're going to see Drone pull off right here. Now, Drone has full health, so he can afford a couple bops here. And he takes one, but Drone's the first one out of level 5 at 13-19.
Yeah, and Dave can't take that bop that Drone just did. I mean, he's got 2.5, so he can take one and he'd be down to half a heart, but you can't have a fireball hit you as well. So he's got to be very, very careful with this fight.
I'm on the edge of my seat. This is going to be a big moment in this race. If Dave's able to execute, this will still be pretty close. Let's root him on.
There's the fireball. We can't take a hit now from Dig Dogger.
Oh, be careful, Dave! Oh, be careful! Oh, my goodness!
Them dodges, dude. Holy cow. Come on, Dave.
Switching to the candle, going with candle strats, misses, gets him!
He got it!
Unbelievable!
Attaboy, Dave. So Dave is doing what he has to do in this race, right? He's got to stay at arm's length of RC Drone. He's got to make Drone make one mistake, and Dave's got to do stuff like that. He threw out the candle. He threw everything he could at that Dig Dogger to get out of 5 and stay within arm's reach of RC Drone. Dave's doing everything he can this race. This is awesome to see.
Drone, of course, with a much cleaner 5, only because he's Drone, and has started to pull away a bit. But like you're saying, Dave is not out of this race. This is nuts.
Nope, he's saying, Drone, I am here behind you. If you've got me pulled up on your stream, I have not gone anywhere. Do not die.
Meanwhile, Drone at 102 and 8. His counts are pretty good as he heads into level 2 here. He's going to pick up this 30 secret out of this Armo, so he's only going to need 10 rupees to beat the game. However, he's going to want more rupees by the time he leaves level 2, and there's a reason for that, isn't there, Redbird?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything over 140 and you're going to have arrows. Arrows are so important in level 7 because there's a river room that requires quite a bit of damage to get out of. If you have arrows, you can do arrow strats and make that room a lot cleaner and more efficient. So anything north of 140 and you're going to start talking about how many arrows he has to use in that room.
Now, I don't want to speak too early, but the pace that Drone is on is probably poor for his standards. But if you look at it at an overall pace, it's a pretty darn good pace. PanzerDave's probably on PB pace right now, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say that Drone is, subpar for his pace, good race pace, and his average is just going to be ridiculous. He's probably going to have one of the top 3 averages in the tournament. That's just how consistent Drone is. But Dave is absolutely on a blistering pace for himself.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Drone doing Drone things in level 2, having a very strong level 2. Gets a 5 rupee drop, another 5 rupee drop, and another 5 rupee drop.
Remember the arrow strats? This dude has Legolas type arrow strats now. He can use any arrows from that quiver he wants to in level 7.
The rich get richer, quite literally. He's got 8 bombs heading into Troll Dongo's chamber. And he gets it clean.
Yeah, he tried to troll him. He tried to come south on him, but Drone said, nope, not today. I'm going to take you out right now.
Meanwhile, did Dave skip the 30 secret?
Yeah, Dave, I don't know why, unless he thinks he can just gamble on this 2 and not do it. Maybe he's got him pulled up and says, hey, I'm a 30 secret behind or something like that. But Dave did skip that.
I like this. I mean, you think about it, especially if he's watching the stream. He knows he's behind. It's a risky move, but if it pays off literally, and he gets 2 rupees,
he needs $6 and it's gonna pay off, dude.
Wow, this could be the gamble. Even if it doesn't win in this race, that is quite the gamble, and it may pay off for him.
Yeah, this is a pretty sick move by Dave, and all he needs is $6 here. And just don't take any more bops, and he's gonna get it. He got it right there. He's a 141. He's not gonna have arrow strats in 7, but he skipped an entire 30 secret that he does not have to get anymore.
Now, the only downside to this strat is arrow strats. You're going to see a major difference in the speed of this river room if RC Drone can pull it off the correct way. Watch how fast this river room in 7, which will have 3 blue gorillas and 2 keys and 2 bubbles. Drone is going to probably fly through this room. It'll be very difficult for Dave to match his pace here.
Yeah, it takes 5 hits to take them out. So what that is that's 2 arrow hits and 1 sword hit. Otherwise, you're stabbing them 5 times, and there's 3 of them in that room. So that's 15 stabs you have to do for Dave. Whereas that's 6 arrows and 3 stabs for Drone. So it's much more efficient to go through there with arrow strats.
RC heading through, switches to arrows. Is going to allow him to dodge these boomerangs. That's a very advanced strat, very nicely done. Into the river room, and now you see the arrow strats.
Yeah, he says, to heck with the sword, let's just use the arrows. And that was very, very good marksmanship by Drone. I don't think he missed an arrow there.
That was a beautiful room. No recorder attempt by PanzerDave in this match, and considering the circumstances, a risk like that isn't really worth it. And Drone is just executing like RC Drone executes, man. He's having a great back half of this run.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, Dave is still close enough to where if Drone takes a death like on Gliok 2 or something like that in level 8, where he has to go through another, 1.5 minutes or something to get back there, Dave's that close to where he's still within reach of Drone right now.
Now, did Drone do the tricorder? Because Dave definitely did.
I don't think Drone did. I know Dave did. I saw him, and I wasn't watching Drone when he was doing shopping, though, because Dave was at the end of 2.
We'll have to wait and see if Drone decides to whistle twice, leaving level 6, and that's part of the tricorder strat. Not only does it allow you to get rid of the shopkeeper lag, but ooh, nice late clip by PanzerDave. But
his run's verified. We can knock 30 seconds off for that late clip. That was sweet.
So Dave takes the lead, Kappa. But yeah, here's where his gamble might come back to haunt him a little bit. Watch the difference between this river room. Dave's going to have to really be on top of his game.
Yeah, you cannot take a bubble here because not only do you have more sword strikes to do, but now you got to wait out that timer, right? And you can't pull out his arrows because going to arrows and only firing 2 of them takes longer than just stabbing them down with your sword. So you're kind of stuck on the sword right now. You're exactly right, and you can see the difference in speed.
And honestly, that wasn't that bad. He did get bubbled. He did take some damage, but for what it was, that wasn't slow. Just RC just had such a good room.
Yeah, the problem is, right, you're comparing him against one of the best. So it wasn't slow at all, but you're seeing him side by side, and you're like, man, that kind of took a little bit.
Nice meat swag by Dave, though. Drone out of level 7 at 2032. So we'll be able to kind of get a good idea of where he is in comparison to his opponent as he heads to the magical sword. Not the master sword, but the magical sword.
I made that mistake more than once, been corrected more than once by yourself.
You know, it's funny. I used to call it the Master Sword. I don't know if that was like post Link to the Past or if I just called it that because of the message he says.
Yeah, something I just saw in chat that I'm glad you guys pointed out was RC's got 0 bombs right here. So he is really right now at risk of either having to do the Gliok of Shame or roll the dice on these orange whiz ropes. Hopefully they hook him up here.
I wonder if he did that intentionally, knowing, of course, because we know he is watching the restream, knowing, of course, that his opponent is hanging with him, which I wouldn't say is an utter shock, but still quite surprising. It's possible that he did that on purpose. It's also possible he had a mental lapse, but regardless, yes, it's very risky.
Let's see if these guys hook him up here early in 6.
Dave forces a bombs on, nice, bombs on both sides.
Yeah, Drone absolutely needed him. He was desperate for him. Dave's coming out of 7. He's going to have 7 bombs here coming out of 7. Usually you have 7 walking into 7. Dave's having 7 coming out of 7. But Drone gets the 8 bombs he needs. Now he's in the Belfry making quick work of this. Keeping beams for Breakfast 1. Drone's having a really good early 6.
Oh no, Dave missed the bomb on Aquamenus. Has to finish sorting him down. But for the most part, that wasn't a terrible level 7. But you can see the difference in time. Almost a 2-minute lead now for RC Drone.
Drone got a great pattern here in the first breakfast room. He's got both oranges in the middle, which is the route you take anyway. So now he's going to have beams, most likely going into Magical Breakfast 2, which makes that room so much quicker. Now you're going to see the speed and efficiency at which Drone works. There's no wasted movement at all. Which, if you watch the best runners, they're not, all over the place. And you can see right there just the difference the beams make because you took out that orange all the way from across the room. He's got 1 hit left to get on this blue. He's going to push the block and be out of here. That was so well done by Drone there in Magical Breakfast 2.
Nearly flawless Magical Breakfast Room 2. Got 1 of the double hits. Almost got the second one, which is very difficult to pull off. And not only did that take very little time, but look at that life meter.
Yeah, if he gets out of here with no refill, I mean, he's right back on track. He's not going to have, like, sub-30 pace or anything like that. We're past that, but he's going to be, like, right at his 31-minute average that we're used to seeing from Drone in tournaments.
And by the way, I stand corrected. It's about a 1-minute lead for RC Drone as he gets to level 6 Triforce at 23:27. That was a very efficient level 6. We'll be able to kind of get a gist of the lead after PanzerDave is able to finish up, but Drone is really putting the pedal to the metal here.
He does only whistle once, so he must have done the tricorder, so he's going to whistle once to level 2, and Drone again doing Drone things. Dave's not having a bad early start to level 6, doesn't get the pattern that Drone did, so he's going to have to do a little more work here early on. He did get bubbled there too, so it's going to take a little longer to get out of this Breakfast 1.
But yeah, if you're PanzerDave in this circumstance, I think that's the best strategy, like you were saying. Just stick to your game. Don't worry about what Drone's doing. Just play it as safe as you can while still going fast. Like, if he can get into level 9 before Drone gets to the silver arrows and Drone makes a mistake, then he's in the driver's seat.
It's a very nice drop there. He doesn't have full beams, but he's got good health going into Magical Breakfast too, so Dave's having a decent 6 for himself, and I'm not sure if he's on PB pace still or not, but he's having a good run here.
Meanwhile, Drone just does what Drone does in the first Blue Lagoon. Does take a bop, gets a couple hard drops. He's right back to full health now. In the second Blue Lagoon, gets a fairy, but he's getting bopped around a little bit. He's got to be careful.
I tell you what, the pattern he got in that Lagoon too, I'm not sure if he was in a PB attempt, if he would have been a little more aggressive in that, because he could have sat in the middle and swung left. You know, hindsight's 20/20, that type of thing. I think he would have jumped in the middle of that in a PB attempt because he got a very good pattern there.
Oh, that was a shame. He got the trolliest pattern in that room you'll ever see. Couldn't get through the enemies, took it slow so to avoid damage, and ends up taking 2 bops anyways. And he's going to have a decent little refill here going into Gleeok.
Dave does get the Triforce in 6. Does not need a minimal refill there. I'm not sure if he had any refill at all. So that was a very good 6 for Dave too.
Almost a flawless Gleeok fight for Drone. He's out at 25-33. He's headed to level 9, folks.
Yeah, so we're looking in the ballpark of right around a 31-minute for Drone based on his averages. So Dave still has to hope. I mean, he's what, 2 minutes behind? That's the average level 8. So Drone's about 2 minutes ahead right now. He's got to hope that Drone makes one mistake, one death, you know, late or right, maybe in the reverse C or something like that. That's what's going to get Dave back in this.
No matter what, though, this has been an excellent effort from both these runners. Make sure you guys give both these runners a follow. Also, make sure you follow my co-commentator, Redbird, and all of the Speed Gaming channels. And we want to thank them for putting on this tournament and helping us put on this tournament and for helping us restream these races. It's been amazing.
Yeah, speaking of a thank you, I mean, for you for putting this on and being the lead admin on this and kind of making this your thing. And there's been a lot of help and a lot of admins that do it, but I know you put a lot of work in, JSR, so we want to thank you from the community.
I couldn't do it without my team of admins helping me out. I couldn't do it without all the restreamers and commentators. It's not a one-man show. It's all the way the community pulling together. It's been amazing to watch, and all of the results have really been showing. It's bombed by Dave there. That was beautiful.
Dave did a lot of damage there in that room with that bomb. That was a beautiful bomb, like you said. Got a great pattern in the north side of that room. All right, let's see how long Drone can keep these beams in 9, because Beam Sword and Reverse C can make that room go so much faster. So if you can get out of the next room, you get through Patcher 1 with beams, it's going to be very nice. It does take a small bop there from the keys, unfortunately.
All right, Drone has 8 bombs going into the second part of level 9, so he's sitting pretty. He doesn't have to force. Do you go for a bomb here, or do you just say the heck with it and put the pedal to the metal?
I'm not Drone, but I would put the pedal to the metal right here. If I've got 8 bombs, that's enough for me for the rest of the game, but it's probably not as efficient as you could be if you forced one more time.
Not a bad level 8 for Dave. He kept pace with Drone there, and he's headed to 9. He's still in this race.
Absolutely. Drone makes one mistake here, and he's already lost a couple of hearts here. I mean, he's got the bombs he needs and gets a decent pattern there, but there's another bop. You never know. I mean, you could get chip damage here all the way through 9, and something happens. Something crazy happens with like Patcher 2 or Patcher 3 or something, and you never know here.
So as Dave heads to level 1 to make the walk to 9, RC Drone heading to Patcher 2. Will Patcher 2 play nice? We've seen a lot of troll Patchers in this tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 has not been friendly to the runners, so let's hope that they're friendly to Drone and Dave here.
And he gets the Patcher 2 skip, even with the trolley Patcher. Gets through with no damage. 7 bombs. He's sitting pretty.
And the way he avoided that keys, I don't know if he's sitting on a count right now or not.
And we do know Drone likes to set up his globals to have a clock chance in this room. Let's see if he gets his clock chance. Doesn't even need it.
No, that was one heck of a room right there.
And a bomb drop and a heart just for good measure. He's to the silver arrows on sub 31-ish pace.
Pretty yeah, it's going to be close for sure. Yeah, it's a 30-45, 30-50 right around in there. I tell you what, though, Dave's putting on a show. For what he came in with his average times and the last 2 that he ran and that type of thing, Dave is putting on an absolute show in here. And I'm very, very cool that we got to see this race, and Dave's pushing Drone as far as he can right now.
I mean, Dave is very hard on himself. He claims he's not as good at this game. We all know better. This guy is way better at this game than he gives himself credit for. It's really great to see his talents on a stage like this against one of the best in the world, and he's hanging with him. He's putting the pressure on rcdrone. There's not very many people that can say they can do that.
Yeah, for anybody that's run a rando with Dave and been beaten by 20 minutes or a half hour or something, the reason that happens, one, he's got great instincts in rando, but two, his combat's impeccable. He knows what he's doing with this. He's very, very efficient at what he does and very proficient at this game. So there's a reason he's as good as he is.
He gets a bomb and a fairy in the next room, so he's going to have full health if he can catch her, and 8 bombs. So he's in good shape. So it really just comes down to rcdrone with 4.5 hearts, headed to Patra 3. If Drone doesn't make a mistake, he'll win this race. It's coming down to the wire here.
Yeah, this is that tense moment where you don't want to take a bop at all because you want to have the 4.5 hearts walking into Ganon just in case that Ganon hug comes out. And that's why you see Drone just playing a little safe right now, does not want to take a bop right here. He would have attacked a little harder in a PB attempt or something like that, but 4.5 is that magic number you want to stay at.
Dave with the man clip gets through with full health, but here's Ganon.
Drone does take that late fireball. He's got to be very careful now of a hug because he's down to 3.5 hearts. So he's got to dance around with Ganon. This is that one outcome that Dave could have had is if we have a death here from Drone to Ganon. Oh, he does take the spot. Oh my God, that was so close, dude.
That was so close to a brown Ganon hug, but he avoids it. With 2.5 hearts remaining, ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out in chat for your winner, rcdrone, with a time of 31 flat on his splits. Let's check the official SRL time.
We got a 31:04 in SRL. GGs to rcdrone.
Wow, what a recovery. Got a slightly trolly Ganon pattern. Was able to hold on. Just showing why he is as good at this game as he is. What a finish.
Let me jump in here real quick, too. What is Dave's PB?
Oh, that's a good point. Let me double check that. Let's go ahead and cover the race. I'll pull up his
I got it. I got the play-by-play. Dave is out of reverse C. Still got really good health here. He's got 5 bombs. He's got all the resources he needs. Dave's putting together a good back half of 9 right here. If he puts a little run on this, we might see something here.
All right, do you want me to ruin the surprise, or do you want me to wait until the run's over?
I think LG ruined it for me, but that's all right. A 3250 is what I think I'm seeing right here, and he's going to come really darn close to that in a race situation. So, geez, yeah. Dave, putting on a show right now.
I don't think he's quite going to get it. It's going to take a godlike finish here for him to do it, but he's putting on a tremendous race here. Make sure you give both runners a follow. They put on a great show for you tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if you write a script, right, for how you have to race an elite runner, it's exactly what Dave just did here tonight. He pushed Drone. He said, Drone, if you're watching this, you better not make a mistake because I'm not going to either.
I mean, and we see what happens when an opponent knows that their opponent is right on their tail. That's why I can't race knowing where my opponent is, because you press. And I don't know if there was any pressing there, but regardless, that's something I don't ever want to have, is that kind of pressure.
We both get kind of a trolly Ganon here, but Dave knows how to fight him. He's working Ganon perfectly from the center of the room. Got 3 hits, waiting for the 4th hit. GG's to Dave as well. Dave is going to walk out of here with an official SRL time of 33:23. That is a 1 minute and 2 second PB for Dave. Get your GGs out for Dave. Fantastic race.
Race PB for PanzerDave, and what a run. What a run. That was everything this match could have been and then some.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, we have to take 30 seconds off that time because he did have the swag clip in 7, going into 7. So he actually got a PB there.
All right, we'll see if we can get our runners into the commentator's booth for a quick post-race interview.
I'll tell you what, we're waiting for him to jump in. This is so awesome, right? This Z1 community is coming together. We've seen so many PBs in the last 30 days. Now we see a race PB right on stream in front of us in a hyped-up race like this. This is just, it's really cool to see right now.
What the heck was that stupid PB for a race? It was almost PB personal.
That was, man.
We were talking about it, man. That was the story in a 9 for you.
Oh my god! It was. What was that 9 time for me?
I'd have to go back and look at the video. I think somebody did mention when you entered 9. Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'm just curious. Congrats, RC, because I knew I was gonna. The only problem with the way I play now is, like, for emulator players, it's hard to get past a certain time.
You entered 9 at 28:40, and you finished at 33:23, so a $1.20. So that was a 4:43.
Yeah, not counting your walk from level 8 to level 9. So that was world-class level 9 right there, PanzerDave. Very, very nice run, man.
Yeah, you guys could see my splits, I think, but I was like plus a minute 11 after 2. And to come within 30 seconds of a PB is just stupid.
Well, GG's to you and to our winner, rcdrone. Congratulations on the win. Your thoughts on your run?
Thanks, guys. Well, it got off to a pretty bad start. I'd done some top route practice. I decided to bust out in the race, and that was a very bad idea because I got 0 candy bombs, and I didn't even know what to do. I had 0 candy bombs, so I just like went back to the darknet room and farmed that room again, and then it was gross. And then I got careless on Gleok, and he wouldn't let me stab him. He wouldn't let me safely stab him. I could have gone in and stabbed him and risked it, but like it took forever for him to give me an opening.
Yeah, that floating head was playing some pretty good defense. We even talked about it there because it would not give you a chance to get in there.
Yeah, it was a very clutch kill of Gleok, which we didn't know at the time. Little do we know that a death there probably swings this race in Dave's favor. You guys were in sync all the way up until the blue candle. It was so tight, but you started to pull away a bit in 5 and just had a run. Your 6, man, was sick.
Yeah, a lot of that was luck because I got a bunch of health. I walked into... I took like 4 hearts of damage and I came out of there with full health, so... but that was good. And I got the bomb luck too because what happened in 7 was I had a 9 count on Aqua Menace, so I tried to bomb him exactly when he shot a triple fireball at me, and I couldn't... I had the space to get away, so I dropped the count, but I got lucky in the Wizrobe room.
Oh, see, we didn't know you had a count going. We thought you just bombed him, like, you know, kind of playing the odds there. So that makes a lot more sense. Luckily for you, you did get bombs. But yeah, I mean, there was very few mistakes on either side in this run for either one of you guys. I mean, that was just a very well played game on both sides.
Dave, were you running with drone up?
No, I never watch my competitor because I have enough issues with my own runs.
Well, the reason we were asking is because you decided to skip that 30 Armos before 2. We were like, man, if he knew he was just a little bit behind and skipping that 30 Armos, that's a pretty sneaky play, and it actually paid off because you got the money for it.
Well, I had an extra 10 rupees coming into the dungeon, and I was already on a 7 count. And I'm like, well, I'm going to get 5 here off of here, and I should be able to pick up, you know, the remaining 20-something out of just the dungeon. So I was banking on that actually because I was at a higher rupee count than I normally am going into 2.
And if you just gotten maybe another 5 or 6 rupees there, that would have been a killer gamble that would have paid off. Unfortunately, not enough rupees for Arrow Strats in 7, but still a gutsy call. It paid off, and yeah, man, just every play you guys made, every time this race looked like it was going to be a major moment, like your Dig Dogger fight or Drone's Gleok fight, you guys clutched up, you pulled through, and put on a tremendous show.
Awesome. Did you guys like my Blue Lagoon too?
Oh, that bomb!
Absolutely, that bomb was insane walking in there.
I hit every one but one of them with a bomb.
And we commented right when you walked in. We're like, "Oh my god!" Because we knew you put so much damage into him, and then you cleaned them up. So I mean, your 8 was really well done.
Yeah, the 8 and the 9. Like the back half of that run for me is where I started picking up a lot of time, including that stupid 9. That 9, every count went correctly. Like I knew I was going to get a fairy off the first Wizrobe after the Patra skip. Then I knew I was had a chance at a bomb after that, and everything just went so well in that 9 for me, which really shocked me.
Hey, Drone, let me ask you about your Blue Lagoon too as well, because you had them all grouped up at the top. I have to think that maybe in a PB attempt or something, you kind of get in the middle there, and there was a couple swings that I think you could have got a little more aggressive on. Did you take kind of a little more passive stance in the Blue Lagoon too, just to preserve health? Because you had a really good pattern in there.
Yeah, it was a little passive, and like when I saw them group up, like I thought, oh, maybe I should drop a bomb. But as I was thinking that, like that quickly went away, and then they just started knocking me around. Yeah, Blue Lagoon 2 was not a good room for me. Although Blue Lagoon 1 was really nice because got a bunch of double hits and sword flips.
Yeah, it was a very nice first one. And that's actually a strat that I would love to implement in my any percent runs, using a bomb in Blue Lagoon 2. I just don't have the guts for it. We do it in Hundo because, you know, we have 16 bombs or 12 bombs at the time. So
yeah, and you can blow that wall open anyway. Exactly.
So it'd be really, really nice if there was a way to consistently implement bomb strats into that room. It'd make it a lot faster. But Dave showed us that it's a very viable strat if you do it wisely. But
yeah, they have to group. Otherwise, if they don't group, then you're just throwing bombs out there for no reason. They can, you know, just come straight down, which really negates the effectiveness of a bomb there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do want to say that you're both 2-1 now, so I'm looking forward to this matchup again next week because it was such a good race this week.
Well, at least you guys are proven that you won't match up until brackets. There's no way that can happen in the Swiss format. However, just tremendous average times now for both of you. I mean, Drone, even with the loss, you're currently sitting in 4th place by average time. You're having yourself a great tournament.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my average overall.
And definitely going to be 2 more exciting races for both of these runners starting next week. Make sure you guys give both these runners a follow, and we wish you guys both the best of luck going forward. Thank you so much for an awesome race.
Oh, thank you for having us. And we have to do this again next week?
Not against each other unless you guys want to. We can arrange that.
No, thank you. I would, but I'd rather play Drone and Tetris.
Challenge accepted.
Thanks a lot, you guys, and GG to both of you.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Redbird.
What's up, man?
How you feeling after that, dude?
Dude, I'm telling you, we knew this race was going to be hype coming in, and these guys absolutely lived up to it. It was awesome to watch. I think that Dave had the right game plan. He went 3 first, like you were talking about at the very beginning of the match. He played it as well as he could have. I mean, he almost put up a PB for himself, and that's the thing you have to do when you're racing the elite. So both these guys, they had a game plan. They stuck to it. They both made it a hell of a match for us to watch, and it was really awesome.
Welcome to Swiss round number 3, my friend. And we've got so much more to come, folks. We have so much more to come, including tomorrow on Speed Gaming 2 at 10 o'clock Eastern PM, when Chuck attacks, going up against Mashy. Chuck was one of the biggest surprises in week 1 and has really consistently improved. So this should be a great match. And then on Wednesday at 10:01 p.m. Pacific or Eastern Standard Time, we have Cantaloupe Me. You know, you might know him. He does a thing or two with Zelda, going up against the Redbird Grad.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Cantaloupe, I mean, if you're talking about like the Mount Rushmore of Zelda 1 runners, that dude no doubt is on there. It's going to be an honor to race him. He's consistent. He's fast. He's taught me so much over, you know, the year that I've put, you know, time into this, and I'm not even close. I can't hold a candle to him, but it's going to be a lot of fun to race.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch as well, and make sure you guys follow the Speed Gaming Network. All 4 channels hosting Zelda 1 tournament races throughout the tournament. Make sure you guys check the schedule as well. if you'd like to see where the next matches are if they aren't on Speed Gaming. But for Speed Gaming tonight, thank you very much for the restreams of this awesome triple header, to all of the co-commentators, the racers, and to my co-commentator tonight, Redbird Grad. This is James. I go by JSR. You guys have a tremendous rest of your evening, and thank you all for tuning in.
Have a good night, y'all. Thanks.